What is up, YouTube? This is Swide from Hebrew Legends, here with a few war replays from our past war. It's against a clan called Cafe Persian. Never heard of them, but another two-star clan. Had trouble with our Town Hall 10s, had more trouble with our Town Hall 9s, so didn't do much to us. I have a couple of replays here for you guys that were really interesting. We had some cool attacks this war. This wasn't another one of those, shattered LaLoon wars that seem to be happening more and more often. Had some very interesting stuff, and I'm going to start us off with one of our leaders, Orel, who we've shown on this channel before, who is just a beast at Town Hall 10. Always finds a way to somehow 3-star these bases that, seem pretty difficult to 3-star. This one, not so much. Orel was debating whether or not to LaLoon, because you can see lots of stuff right there that would be an easy kill for, a golem or two and a king and queen. And his infernos are pretty outside. It's not a good base, okay? I'm just going to put that out there. The guy's got a level 15 king. He's got a 35 queen, pretty beefy on that side, but overall it's a bad base. But hey, it's like anything else. You have to be able to 3-star even high-level bad bases if you're going to be a 3-star specialist, and Orel is exactly that. So I just wanted to show this because, it's a bad base, yeah, but it's a beautiful attack. Never put a giant bomb on the way to a lure, and never make your clan castle so easy to lure. A couple of easy things. Has a 1-for-1 trade up there with LaLoon, so he takes that as well. Always a good idea. Anytime no air defenses are around and not a lot of air targeting defenses are nearby, and you can trade 1 loon for 1 defense every time. Take that every time. It just puts you at an advantage. Traditional CC kill, brings him out to the side, drops witches, wizards, barbs, his archer queen. You can see he brings a golem down here, tanking for some funnel breaking wizards, brings another golem up top, trying to do the same. Pretty straightforward. I mean, you can see he's waiting for his king until his wizards up here break this funnel. King just went down. He dropped the jump a little bit earlier, and you can see he's trying to get everything into this queen and hopefully take out this inferno in the process, which, for the base is not it's not a terribly hard thing to do. All the same, kills the queen. Getting some skelly traps there, you can see. And as soon as he knows that the Inferno's done for, his queen locked on, the hogs went in. He rages into that second Inferno, takes care of it in no time, and then has a heal waiting for the hogs on the back end. As soon as they come out of that rage, they're healed up and taking out all that point defense and those high-level wizard towers. What I like is that he's already dropping cleanup troops up here. Town Hall 10s have a lot of buildings. Drop those cleanup troops early. Same goes for Town Hall 9. I see a lot of guys waiting on those extra cleanup whizzies. But as soon as you drop your hogs and they take out that first level of defenses, drop a wizard behind them. Just let him follow those hogs around as they path and let him clean up the outside. You can see the hogs just swept through the space. He only tripped, I think, 1 giant bomb so far, and it was on the way to the CC lure. So obviously, I mean, it's no secret, the base isn't a great base. But anytime a Town Hall 10 has a hog attack, man, it's a nice thing to watch sometimes. You don't get to see a lot of those, so I thought I'd show it to you guys. You can see he just had a giant bomb outside that wrecked a few of his hogs, and here's another one. I have no idea where the other ones were. Maybe I missed them, but I only saw 3 get set off, so interesting. Pretty bad base, but, you can see his hogs just cleaning up. No problem. Nice attack, Orel. Good stuff, man. Love to see those Town Hall 10 hogs. It's just they're so few and far between. It's always so fun to watch one of those when you have a chance. Next attack I wanted to see was not that one. Let's watch, you know what? I think I want to see Big Boss on their 13. I hit this base first, and, as a disclaimer, sometimes bases like this, kind of bad online-looking bases, confuse me. You know, you think giant bombs are going to be, in this space particularly, I tried to hog it, and it turns out that, you know, I dropped some loons on the side to kind of make sure my hogs were pathing into the center and through. I assumed that he was going to have 4 single giant bombs. It didn't really look, or, you know, maybe a double set in the core, but even that pathing was bad, and it didn't really look like my hogs were going to have much trouble. But on the cleanup, my hogs ended up pathing from this wizard tower to this cannon, and there happened to be a double set right here, which, you know, I just thought nobody would be stupid enough to have a set where a giant could come in and trip, but hey, I got cocky, and sometimes that arrogance is going to be your downfall. So, guys, one thing I learned from that, and I'm going to share with you guys, is to just be safe. Better safe than sorry. Send a hog in this case is what I should have done. Just sent 1 hog just to check it, and that would have saved my whole raid. Instead, I ended up with a high percentage 2-star. But, you know, it happens, and it's good to be in a clan where you have guys like Big Boss who can clean you up. He comes in with a, you know, I don't know if, I think we're calling them GoVaLos, maybe? I don't know. Essentially a Valkyrie shattered into the core, taking care of the queen, and getting into this core where all of the air defenses are. Valks are just going to wreak havoc, and then he drops some back-end loons. Just a beautiful attack. Not something you see all that often, but just pretty. And you can see already that he's not getting the lure. He's just going to lure on the fly, which is, I think this is a great way. Valks are so high health, they're practically their own tanks. A lot of people will lure anyway when they're using a Valk attack, but it's actually not all that necessary. If you have a heal on the Valks while they're taking care of the CC, none of them are going to go down. In any case, you can see his Archer Queen just went down. The Valks jumped into that center, and, you know, the CC lure actually pulls them in where you want them to go, which is another reason not to lure. But he had a heal there, Rage, and then his last heal, so he's already used his spells. These Valk attacks with back end, you know, either hogs or loons, you use the 4 spells real quick because what you want to take care of is all pretty early on in this case. You can see he just kind of sweeps around with some loons. Valks are still up because now these point defenses are targeting the loons as opposed to other things. King is still almost full health. Queen is completely full health. He's got, you know, Valkyries running around all over the place. You can see his loons are going down, tripping every balloon that there is, every balloon trap there is on the base. But, you know, he's got a lot of base left, actually. Lots of these outer trash buildings, but look at this. Nothing in the core, nothing pretty much at all in this base left. You can see his golems are still tanking and are practically untouched. They're both not split yet, and you'll see this one just does work, blows up and takes out that cannon, and then it's going to take out that Tesla as well. And, you know, even if those golems weren't there, Valkyries with their, you know, 1100 or 1200 HP each are plenty to tank with a full health queen still around to do the dirty work. So, Big Boss, nice attack, man. I love to see a nice Valk attack, especially when someone is not quite smart enough to separate their air defenses, and when they're all in one compartment like that, take advantage of it, and Valks are the way to do that. Last attack I wanted to watch quick is Zeus here. I don't think I've shown one of Zeus's before, but this is... I like the attack because you can see he's already dropped a golem, but he only brings a golem CC and 3 hounds. And traditional LaLoon is 5 tanks, either 2 golems, 3 hounds. I've seen even 3 golems and 2 hounds before. And on Town Hall 10, sometimes you see 3 golems, 3 hounds, or 1 golem, 4 hounds. You see all that. Or, of course, there's Penta LaLoon, which is just 5 hounds. But I like what Zeus does here, because if you look at the base, when he brings 1 golem in, and the defenses are just all in a pretty much concentric circle here. They're all pretty close together and identically placed around the base. So when he breaks this defensive ring, essentially. It's not quite, it's not a hog ring, but it's a ring of defenses that would normally take your balloons and kind of move them away from the core. In this case, he's going to break that, and when his loons go in, it doesn't matter because there's nothing really in the core that his balloons desperately need to get to. These air defenses are in these outer pockets. So he takes advantage of that. You can see he comes in with a number of bombers. This build allows him to bring a couple extra balloons, a couple extra whizzies, and a few extra bombers, just to make sure he's getting the job done. He's got a pretty bulky queen compared to this guy, who's only got an 11 queen and 12 king. You can see the lure comes out, drops the lightning. Perfect lightning spell right on him. A couple of whizzies survive there, but, happens sometimes. Even the, I don't think the witch survived, but her last skellies still spawned, it looked like, which is, it's the mechanics of the witch. As it's dying, it can still spawn some skeletons. That's annoying sometimes, and I've seen it blow up a raid, but in this case, it doesn't matter. You can see he's just waiting for that air defense to go down, and as soon as it does, here come the hounds. 2 on this first air defense, balloons following, pathing right in. Just 1 over here, because while those hounds are tanking, that's all that's needed. Love that 1 balloon. This 1 balloon here breaks this funnel completely and allows these balloons to go to the center, which is excellent. You can see the hounds just shifting right around. Balloons coming around in that circular motion, keeping them raged, keeping them moving around, and makes quick work of this base. You can see he's dropping a little cleanup over here. Nice attack, Zeus. I'm just going to fast forward because this base is done. It's over. He's got 7 or 8 balloons and plenty of minions, lava pups and minions, just chasing around, finishing off those buildings. Bases like this, these kind of, I call them forum bases because I don't really online or forum bases. They're not built to withstand modern attacks, and you can take advantage of that. So, nice job, Zeus. Nice job to everybody at Hebrew Legends this war. Pretty good war for us. I'll go through our bases quick, or their bases, rather. We left a couple, maybe just 1? Yeah, just left, nope, 2. 2 Town Hall 10s with 1 star, but got all the Town Hall 9s. These guys had they had a significant Town Hall 10 advantage. These were Town Hall 10, or this one was a Town Hall 10 too, so they had 12 Town Hall 10s and we had 7. So they hit a 5, but a lot of them, as you could see, kind of preemie. Even their big dogs were not very big. Bases weren't great, but still a good war. Nice job at everybody at Hebrew Legends, and even those at Cafe Persian for putting up a pretty good fight. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you. This is Swide from Hebrew Legends. I will see you next time.